Well, good evening. Welcome to Lost Limbs Paranormal Chat Radio here on Facebook. If you notice, he's not here. He's home a little under the weather tonight, so he couldn't make it on. So you're stuck with just me. Sorry, but yeah, he'll hopefully be back next week. He sounded like crap earlier. He just has like a cold or something. He's been tested for the usual stuff and everything, and everything came back clean there. But yeah, it's just not feeling well tonight and under the weather a little bit. So yeah, you're stuck with me. Sorry for your luck, but just kind of go through our usual stuff. Mike and I didn't have anything going on last week, which was kind of nice in a way because we were so busy with everything else. But it's that time of the year though. We're still amping up on things, and it's getting crazy out there. So if you're looking at a book an investigation or something like that, check us out, ashmoreestates.net, or give me a call. The number's right there on the screen, and or you can email me, whatever works out best for you, and we can get you set up. We've only got about 4 or 5 Saturdays left from April until November, so it's filling up pretty quick. And Rhodes Hotel's kind of the same boat. Call that number, harass the heck out of Crystal. I asked her to come on and help and to co-host with me tonight, and she wimped out and wouldn't do it. So call the number, book investigations with Crystal, and let's get that thing filled up next year as well. If you're looking at making donations, there's the link there for Lost Limbs Foundation. You can do that as well, and check that out. Get a hold of Mike, and you want to make a donation. One thing that we've got coming up is I'm hitting that the Beatles song. When I'm 64, this is the last year I get to play that. So I'll be done with that 64 number, and I go to that big one, the 65. So and so hopefully this year for my birthday we're gonna do just like we always have. We're gonna do the donations there on Lost Limbs, and we've raised, I think it was like $8,000 last year when we did our birthday, my birthday deal with that. So we're gonna do the same thing again. So stick around, pay attention to that. We'll have it out there for a couple weeks. We'll be giving away prizes. We're going to hit up some vendors and everything, trying to get some additional door prizes in. We've got some of the investigations that we're always going to do at Rhodes and Ashmore and some things like that. So, help us out with that. Every $5 donations, name's going to go in the hat. So the more you donate, the more chances you have of winning. And we had some great prizes last year. So hopefully we're going to do the same thing this year. That'll be coming up probably about the second week of December. Last year we drew it on December 25th, Christmas, and not sure if we're gonna do it like that this year, or maybe a day sooner or something like that. So we'll see. We'll figure that out, and as we go. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with you guys listening to me, so you can listen to Brandy. We've got a special guest tonight, Brandy Kristin, who was up at the Unity Day here this past February. We had here at the theater, and everybody enjoyed listening to her talk about the, as I call them, rocks, but you guys all call them stones, I know. So, but I just talked to Brandy about coming in and talking about some of the stuff that she does, and going through that and letting you guys know. So let's bring Brandy in here, and she can educate me. So maybe I'll quit calling them rocks. Hey, there she is.
Hi.
Hi, Brandy. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
The docs all said I was great today. I had a heart doctor I had to go see, and a pulmonary doctor I had to go see, and they're
And,
they
and
kicked
all's
me out with
good?
anything. Yeah, everything
Oh,
was well.
nice.
So yeah,
Great.
which
I love
kind of
hearing that.
surprised them. So
Well, good. Keep the surprises up because we need you around as long as possible. So,
yeah,
yeah,
at least
I'm
for a
happy to.
couple months anyway. So,
You stop it. You should stop.
but how's things with Brandy?
Things with Brandy is crazy and chaotic and so much fun. Life is nuts. My farm life is going great. The business is doing good. I can't complain. The holidays are here, so here we are. I'm juggling family and podcasts and business. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
So we're just super, super busy. About to play out tomorrow night. It's the first time we've played out in about a month and a half. So I'm looking forward to playing music tomorrow too. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good week. I can
And
tell.
the farm is something you kind of got into just recently, isn't it?
It is. It's always been a dream of mine. So I've got ducks and chickens and goats that I already added onto my dogs and cats and ferrets. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. And the funny thing was, I got ducks because I wanted duck eggs, but then I just found out a couple of days ago they're all boys. So there's that. I'm like, well, now I need some females so I can actually have some eggs. I'm learning something new every day.
Have you figured out how to tell the difference between a male and female duck?
I did. I recently learned it's all about the tail, like the tail feathers. So all my boys, they're all curly tails. And I guess that means it's a male duck. I had no idea until just now because I just believed what I was told. And then I come to find out later, they're all boys. So no duck eggs for me anytime soon. But next year I will for sure have duck eggs.
So
So
how many boy ducks do you have?
three. I have three boy ducks. So I'm going
You,
to have lots of ladies for them next year.
yep. Yeah, they're probably ready to go. I
I
imagine
think
those.
they're ready to go. They're about 6 months old. They were born in May. So yeah, they're ready to go. They're probably wishing they had some lady ducks right now. And I've got 2 roosters and I have 10 chickens, 10 hens. So things are going good. Things are good. They're all happy, laying eggs. We're good.
And
So
I learned you don't have to have the roosters to have the
no,
eggs.
you don't. I originally didn't want any roosters, but I ended up getting some roosters of a really spectacular breed. So I'm pretty happy having those boys. And then my favorites are my goats, of course. So my goats are my they're like dogs with hooves. They're awesome. They're my best friends. So
Yeah, I saw your one video where one of them was up on top of the roof.
yeah, that was Toby giving me a heart attack. So Toby is my baby. He's my bottle baby. I had to put him back on a bottle. He was pretty much near death. We had to put him on antibiotics, treatments. I had to do IVs every day with him. So I actually had to learn how to do all kinds of stuff with him. And he was blind for almost 2 months. So, I mean, he did great job recovering. Now he's this happy, healthy goat. He's almost 40 pounds now. So he's doing great. But yeah, he's my little buddy and he's very adventurous. So he likes to give mom a heart attack.
It
But yeah,
sounds like it.
getting on the roof. So yeah, my life's pretty fun and crazy right now, but wouldn't have it any other way.
There you go.
So
So
yeah,
let's talk rocks.
yes, stones and crystals.
Yeah, those things. And I see Terry
And
Mosby's
rocks.
in the Terry Mosby's in the chat there in the comment section, and she's really every time I see something she's posted about more crystals and
Oh
and
yeah,
all. So
always. I love her. She comes in too. I love it when she comes and visits me. So we have a good time.
so kind of educate me on these on the crystals and stones and all.
Well, that's a pretty broad topic. Everybody uses them for different things. Some people just use them for jewelry. They're used in makeup. It's used in, so many different forms. People use them for countertops, but all of them have their own little special touch of energy. So you got your quartz base and then, you got your silica base. So it's like you have all these different types of stones and crystals with different properties, which is what people are drawn to a lot of times. So if you're going through a really bad like depression, things like that, selenite and amethyst would be your best friend. The vibrations are super high. They're calming. It helps bring tranquility into your life, into your vibrations. Everything has a vibration. We're all made up of energy, including us. We're made up of energetic matter. Atoms are constantly just going like crazy. So a lot of people will connect with a stone or a crystal or rock and not know why. And then when they start kind of reading into, well, there's certain properties to certain stones that you're just naturally drawn to, and it just makes complete sense because it just kind of meshes with your vibrations. So I believe we're all made up of all these different vibrations. We just kind of have these special connections with all these different stones and crystals. So I mean, that's kind of like the generalization of stones and crystals are used in ritual purposes, decorations, jewelry, like I said earlier. So it just kind of just depends on what you're looking for, honestly. I brought even examples just to show you. So you have kind of like, I go digging in Arkansas, and I know a lot of people go digging in Arkansas, but you can dig for like quartz points, clusters, things like that. So this is just a natural quartz point, which is beautiful. But it can be used to like direct a certain type of energy. So we're all made up of energy, and you can use this to kind of push it through and direct it into a certain purpose, basically. or if you turn it towards you, you can kind of help absorb energy from around you to kind of go into you. It's kind of like a little tool, like a little battery, like a conductor is what I like to call a lot of these. But you know this though, because topaz and quartz is used in refrigerators, microwaves, watches, laptops. So there's actually been proven facts that, crystals actually have energy, and they're kind of like little batteries. So when we're holding them, when we're rubbing them like a worry stone, it just raises that vibration to where you're having that connection with it, but you also feel the potential energy in the stones and crystals because you're putting that vibration on there. So it works really great in a lot of different things.
Now you talked about that everybody has the energy in those stones. Is the energy that I might have, would it be a different stone than maybe what you might use for, like
Totally.
maybe some different things. So if somebody's having just some anxiety type situations, is there
Mhm.
different certain stones that you use for anxiety more so than others?
Absolutely. So, like citrine, you won't really want to use for anxiety because I find citrine, it's this beautiful, I don't have an example of it, but citrine is this bright yellow sunshine, quartz based, but it's a beautiful yellow. Um, and it's actually meant for energy and creativity. And it's just, if you're kind of having that lull, you want to be kind of zapped up a little bit, you would go for citrine, in my opinion, because it's such a high vibration as well that it just kind of just gets you alert, going, creative, gets that mind going. It's beautiful. Whereas if you are having anxiety and stress, so jasper is actually one of my ultimate favorites. And actually I wear jasper every day. It's my leopard skin jasper, and it's a nurturing stone. But I find the jasper family to be quite calming. And I wear it every day because, well, my whole life is chaos. So, and I interact with people all day long. I take care of people all day long. So I need help in my, anxiety to be able to take on everybody's energy and things like that. So jasper I find to be probably one of my favorites, along with selenite, because selenite kind of helps cleanse your aura, it gets your chakras kind of leveled out a little bit, and that kind of helps bring you to like that nice even palette, in my opinion. So yeah, there are certain stones that you would definitely gravitate more towards when it comes to anxiety and stressed out versus, other kinds, like for protection and things like that. You would go to a completely different option. So
Okay. Along the lines of protection, then what? Just to kind of give us an idea as far as stones go, which what somebody may want to do from paranormal side of things.
there is so many, because as a paranormal investigator myself, you want to be prepared. You don't know what's out there. You don't want anything to be attached to you. Black tourmaline is probably one of my ultimate favorite stones for protection. It kind of acts almost like as a force field where it just kind of blocks everything. It just kind of reflects it. Um, it's great for just all around protection of negative energies, whether it's coming from a person or spirit. And it just turns any kind of negative energy into a positive energy. So I love black tourmaline when it comes to going on investigations, because it doesn't necessarily get rid of what's around you. Because I know when I go on an investigation, I want stuff to happen, but I just don't want it to be attached to me. So black tourmaline is a great way to kind of like, all right, let's turn this negative energy into a positive. Let's have some interactions, but it's safe to where I don't think it repels um, entities coming around to like kind of communicate with us. Another one would be malachite, which shamans use quite a lot when it comes to guarding against like any kind of toxicity, energy, or vibes, anything like that. Um, and also, it just kind of helps where nothing can take a hold of you. So it kind of helps where you don't become possessed or something like that, or something becomes attached to you. So malachite is a really great force field as well. Pyrite protects you from all kinds of energy, which pyrite is fool's gold, which is what this is, if you can even see it. So that's fool's gold, just shaped into a generator. The shape of a generator is just to help amplify energy. So, and does that kind of this overall, increases overall healing energy. Smoky quartz purifies your aura, and that helps with protection. Um, Black obsidian. I love black obsidian. It's one of those things where, again, it just absorbs that dark energy, but it doesn't allow it to go into your energy field. So I love that. Um, Shungite is awesome. I know a lot of people use shungite for EMF protection, which I have a whole list of stones for EMF protections too, because it's just getting crazy in that energy. And it causes headaches and dizziness and things like that. So shungite is just kind of good for not only protecting you, but it's kind of really close to that onyx obsidian realm where it just kind of helps absorb that negative energy, flex it where it doesn't come onto you. You got agate, you have amethyst, peridot, smoky quartz. There's all kinds of protection. So those you cannot go wrong when it goes to investigating. Those are really good stones to kind of just keep by, where it'll help protect you as a person and protect your energy, but you can still have your interactions safely, I find anyway.
So if there was a certain serial killer that was like living in your movie theater with your house, so which and my wife happened to be listening, what stone would she want to make sure she has up there to watch out for
To
herself?
protect her, I would probably do like tourmaline or malachite or even shungite, or maybe even obsidian. Honestly, probably those 4 would probably be the ones that I would probably go to help me protect me from a murder that died in the building or something.
I like the malachite name because it reminds me of Children of the Corn. So
Yeah, and it's a beautiful green color. Malachite's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But yeah, totally Children of the Corn vibe. Yeah, for sure.
so some of the protection stones are kind of the same ones like that you just talked about. Are they is there anything particular that you maybe like carry in your pocket when you're out investigating that one thing over another?
So one thing over the other, black tourmaline is probably the ultimate that I carry around no matter what when it comes to investigating. They even make it in jewelry. So a lot of people wear it in necklace form. And where I have my shop, we actually sell like these cages that you can actually shove several different types of stones into them. Or we even have like leather pouches, or people will take a cloth or something and tie it around like in a little sachet and have it around their neck or keep it in their pocket. So in clear quartz, you can't go wrong with clear quartz either, to kind of help amplify everything else. So I would probably say above anything else, I would probably do black tourmaline as the safest. But peridot is really good to remove the negative effects. If something was to happen, peridot is good to wear to just kind of help break that tie and that attachment.
Now, besides at your shop, where do you find these stones? I mean, where out in the
Oh my
in the
gosh,
woods
anywhere.
or what?
Kinda, yeah. So where you find like your quartz crystals and stuff like that. So like this is a quartz cluster. Pretty much south is where you can find this, and west. So pretty much forever and a half ago, pre-dinosaurs, when everything was like one lump, some like land, and then it broke up in the volcanic and all this other stuff. So like Arkansas, down south, even Tennessee, it actually used to be underwater at one point in time. But then with all the iron content and everything, that's where you start getting your quartz crystals and your citrine and your amethyst and things like that. The only difference between amethyst and citrine is pretty much how hot it got. So it all contains iron content and other minerals, things like that. But the heat, when it came to the volcanic temperatures, that's where you start getting the transformations from quartz to amethyst to citrine. So fluorite's very common in Southern Illinois. So you can actually you can find raw fluorite. If you go up north, close to Iowa, they actually have like these geode festivals and stuff, and you go digging for your own geodes and fossils. I mean, really, all you got to do is just go to like a bank, like where there's water or the woods, and just look down at the earth and you'll find something. Like no matter what, you'll find something. Hagstones are very good for protection. So hagstones is like, there's stones with these natural hole formations, like just one hole in the middle. And you can find those almost anywhere there's water. And those are really fun to find if you can find any of those. And they're a real special treat when you can find those. So
do you go out on your, excuse me, do you go out on your own then to look for stones, or you just buy them from a dealership, or
actually,
how
I
do you come
try
up with
as
yours?
much as possible. I love, so like a lot of the Arkansas, like we went to Arkansas quite a bit last year. My aunt went for me as well. So I like to be hands-on as much as possible. However, I do have a dealer. That sounds so crazy. I got a dealer, but Where he's literally the only middleman. So like he actually traveled to all these countries and then he comes back and then everything gets shipped back. So he's literally the one and only middleman. I try to source my stuff very, very carefully because there are a lot of fake stuff out there. And I try to make sure my sources are very accurate and like I make sure I know where they come from. So I do have like one main person that I do get probably the majority of my stuff from. And I even like to go hand pick it out. So I'm literally in his warehouse for hours, just literally hand picking the best quality stuff out that I can pick out for my customers. So yeah, I do have someone that I do go to get most of my stuff. Next year, I plan on traveling a lot more and be more hands-on because I want to actually discover because I find it very grounding and therapeutic to get dirty. And I love digging for my own stuff. I love discovering my own stuff. And I remember when I was like a little kid, I wanted to be like an archaeologist and I wanted to be a geologist. And I really wanted to find everything. I was constantly digging in the ground, digging holes in the backyard or playing in rocks and finding fossils. It was like my favorite pastime ever. So I do plan on doing a lot more getting it myself versus trying to buy it from a dealer because I find it just to be that much more special. But
Yep,
I do have
that
at
makes
least one
sense.
person that I get. Yeah, I have one. I do have a very, very good, reliable, genuine source that I get probably 75% of my shop from. And I get to hand pick it out, which is so much more fun that way. So,
Oh yeah. Now I know
oh,
somebody else that does a lot of stuff with stones and all, and I think they go to Colorado and pick up stuff
yeah,
all the time out there.
yeah, exactly. Like I plan on traveling south when it gets warmer because I don't handle the cold very well. I plan on going out west because there's all these mines that you can dig in, like in Arizona and Las Vegas and places like that. In Colorado, there's places you can go and start and find things as well. Even in Missouri, I mean, you can even find obsidian in Missouri, Southern Illinois, and Missouri. You can find obsidian if you look hard enough. And that's what I kind of want to do. I just kind of want to go back into nature and grab a backpack and see what all I can pick up and find and bring it back to share with everybody. So
Now, is that some like public grounds that you're able to go on and dig for stuff like that, or do you have to get
um,
permission to go into some of those? Or
I have permission to go to some places, and then these other places, yeah, they are public. So like there's so many mines, like in Arkansas and in Vegas or not Vegas, Nevada, and Arizona. They actually have mines where you just pay this fee and either they'll cap it at a certain amount or some places are whatever you can carry you can keep, and actually what I did at my shop is I had so much fun in Arkansas that there was a place that they literally just take, like, I don't know what they're called, that bucket tractor thing, they'll just scoop up all this dirt with all these crystals in it, and they put them in these bushel baskets, these huge baskets. So actually I bring them back home. And then I offer that experience for all of my customers and clients because I think it's so much fun to just discover your own stuff. So we make sure we get some really good ones in there for you and dirt, and then you get to take it home and you get to dig it through it or dump it out, sift through it with your little mesh sifter, it's awesome. And everybody's having a ball doing it. It's been so much fun doing it. And I love it when people show me what they find. Because like really you're finding anything from quartz clusters to these little itty bitty points. And it's super fun to discover and find your own crystals. Some of them are smoky. I got really lucky and I found like 3 smoky points when I was in Arkansas digging, and I dig a hole like the size of my body. Like I fit my whole entire body inside of it. I was digging so hardcore in there to get to everything. But yeah,
well,
there's a
that was
lot of
about 3 shovelfuls.
no, it was a lot more, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, there's a lot of public places that you can go to and dig for your own stuff. That festival I was telling you that's up north, I want to say that's like in September-ish, August, September-ish every year. And I found out this was like 15 years ago. I found out the hard way that you don't want the heaviest geodes. You want the lightest geodes. Hello, duh, they're hollow inside. So like this is what like an inside of a geode looks like when it's broken in half. And I wasn't even thinking like, oh, look, here's a really good geode. It's heavy. Not thinking that it's solid quartz. So when you go geode hunting, you want the lightest that you can possibly find because that means it's more hollowed out inside and more beautiful. So, but yeah, it's all open to the public. And then I do have special permission in a couple locations that I plan on visiting when it gets warmer.
Randall and I
So,
threw it on the screen here. He said something about Crater of Diamonds State Park. Have you ever been there?
I have not, but I have heard of it.
Oh yeah.
I have
What
not.
state?
I want
Where's it
to
at?
so bad. That's my thing. Like, I'm really trying hard next year to make it a point to actually travel and go to these mines and go to these places, because I had so much fun doing it this year, and I only got to do it just once, and then I had to go send my aunt, like, okay, bring back some more dirt for me, so we can all have fun when you get back, because my work schedule did not allow me to take a break at all. So next year I have big plans to where I can finally go to these mines and these diamond mines. There's even a blue diamond mine that I really want to go to. And I really want to be hands-on next year. So that's my plan for next year.
There you
Is to
go.
be more hands-on. Absolutely. Yeah.
Don
So
had a question about any good places in Illinois you know of.
to do mines
Yep.
or
Yeah.
anyway.
He said just any good place in Illinois you know of. I guess to go out and do some crystal mining or some mining for stones.
I don't know of any place in Illinois. Now, like way southern Illinois by was it the Garden of the Gods? Like that southern Illinois, you can go to the parks and like riverbeds, public places, and you will literally see all kinds of stuff. The more south you go, you don't even have to dig. It's literally sitting right there on top.
Oh, really?
So
No,
mhm,
nobody goes around there too much looking for it. Then it sounds like.
no, nope. And a lot of it's private property. So like the property I plan on going on up to next year is I plan on, it's like family property. They own like hundreds and hundreds of acres. So that I'm really excited about. So I can't wait.
Ashley wants to know. She's got an amethyst race or necklace that says it just keeps breaking. She wears it every day, so maybe thought that was maybe the reason. But just curious, is any reason why amethyst would keep breaking?
You're not meant to wear it, or that piece specifically has probably served its purpose for you, and it's probably time to either get another one or maybe try a different type of stone. I find if something keeps repeatedly breaking, or if something keeps repeatedly getting lost, then it's meant to be, and it's meant to either take a break from whatever stone you're wearing, and maybe try a different avenue that you might be into, maybe or you didn't know you were drawn to something else until you're.
I think you froze up for a second there, Brandy. If you're still with us there. Yeah, it looks like Brandy's maybe her Wi-Fi froze up or something. So we'll see if she can get back in here with us in a moment. So, but yeah, I know nothing about stones whatsoever, and but she does. So hopefully she can get back in. She may have to jump out and log back in. Let me try to remove her and then add her back in and see if that can do it. Nope, she jumped out, so she's probably going to come back in here. She'll be back in a moment. And it looks like her Wi-Fi either that or Toby chewed the Wi-Fi connection for her. I'm not sure, but she's probably going to log back in here a second. Here she's coming in now, so we'll bring her back in here.
Sorry,
There you go.
I have no idea what happened. Everything went dark.
They didn't want you talking about that stone and with Ashley, I guess. So
They're like, no. I think I don't know what all was heard, but it might be time to move on to a different stone. The amethyst might have served its purpose. I don't know how much was missed, but usually when you're missing stones or you're breaking, or stones are just kind of breaking on their own, there's kind of a reason for that. If you do wear it every day, I would check. I'm not sure what's breaking on the amethyst stone per se. So I don't know if it's the clasp of the necklace or if it's actually the stone itself. That would be good to know too. That'd be helpful information as well. Because everyday wear use, I mean, you're gonna naturally wear and tear your stones out if you're wearing them every single day. Like hematite rings are awesome, but for everyday wear and tear, if you do a lot with your hands, it's awful. They break all the time. So the weird thing about those is if they just kind of shatter on their own, or you happen to lose it and you have no idea what happened to them, then they've done their job, they've absorbed that energy, and they just move right along. It's a really good idea to cleanse your crystals as well. Very important. Not enough people do that. So there are some ways to cleanse your stones and crystals, and I recommend doing it I recommend doing it every day. I cleanse my stones and crystals. Everything that I wear, I cleanse them every day. I have a selenite bowl at home, and it's a little tiny bowl, but it fits all of my necklaces, my rings, my bracelets. It literally fits everything in there. So I love it. Or you can smudge it with some Palo Santo or some sage, some sweetgrass, some incense even helps with cleansing that. Water, if it's not water soluble. So just kind of stay away from like selenite, kyanite, tourmaline. That's all water soluble. So you wouldn't want to run those underwater, but there are other crystals like quartz base that you can do underwater. But yeah, I use selenite all the time with its high vibration. It just kind of wipes the slate clean with my jewelry and my other stones. So as long as selenite is touching all my stuff, it cleanses it every day, and I leave it there overnight. So there's lots of different ways you can do your cleansings with the moonlight, with the sunlight, all kinds of stuff. So I recommend doing that.
She jumped back in and told you what she had on her jewelry.
I think I see it. Amethyst and black tourmaline. They keep separating from each other. Yeah. If you live in town, I would love to see it. You should come by sometime. I would love to take a look at your necklace and see what's going on and see if I can't help better figure it out.
She's in the Alton area, but she's up this way.
Oh, is she? Okay. Okay.
So, yep. But she'll be up here in a couple weeks anyway.
Yeah. Usually, if something keeps breaking or falling apart or something, usually that means it's not meant for you. And, one stone might work for you, the other one might not. So, it might just be like, hey, these two on you is not the right combo. If that makes any sense.
Carl just jumped in here and said hello. It's like Carl lives right around the corner almost from me here. So, Carl's a friend of ours.
Yes, I love Carl.
Here's something you should do.
Yeah.
You should organize some group events.
I'm working on that. Yeah. Like, what would you like? Like just a stone and crystal group?
Yeah, no, it's Don just mentioned you organize events, and suppose you could look for some Facebook groups. But yeah, that'd be kind of interesting doing a rock, a rock dig someplace. Of course, since there's not a lot in Illinois, you got to travel to Missouri or something.
There's like not a whole lot in Illinois, but I tell you what, I would love to go maybe looking, and then maybe we can figure something out as like a weekend trip or something where a bunch of us like-minded can go looking for stones and crystals together and geek out on Earth. It'd be great. It would be fun. I would love that. It'd be a blast for sure. So
yeah, Ashley mentioned she'll get up that way sometime, and thanks a lot for mentioning it, helping her out with that. So, of course, Terry wants to know if you're going to be open Friday.
Of course, and man, do we have some good sales going on? Okay, can I talk about the sales real quick, Robbin?
Sure.
Okay, because I don't hardly ever put my stuff on sale because I don't want to say I'm cheap, but I try to make it as affordable as possible for single families, people that have a really good interest in it, but they don't have quite the big pocketbooks. And I notice a lot of shops like to charge an arm and a leg for a lot of stuff, and I don't want to be that person. So I always try to make things very affordable. So I don't get to put my stuff on sale too much, but for Black Friday weekend, so Friday and Saturday, like literally any stone, crystal, sphere, cluster, slab, anything over $50 is 25% off, which actually is a huge thing. So I have these big, huge, citrine cathedrals that are normally like $800, and I have these other cathedrals that are like $400, or we have like these spheres and slabs that are like $50 on up. So all that's going to be 25% off this weekend. So I'm really excited about those deals. And then we have local artists in my shop as well that makes jewelry. All their stuff is going to be 20% off. And the first 5 people that come in on Black Friday, the first 5 people to spend $25, they'll receive this canister, and it'll have your white sage, your Palo Santo, a piece of citrine that's about like that big, and a 6-hour tea light candle with a bag. It's like a little sachet of eucalyptus that you can put in your car or in your dresser or whatever you like. So we got all kinds of fun giveaways going on that day. A lot of deals, a lot of deals. So I'm still finishing up all of them, but it's pretty exciting because all my big pieces are going to be, on sale. So
what's your hours on Friday?
10 to 7, normal hours. And then we'll be open 10 to 7 on Saturday too. So this will be a 2-day sale. So it's going to be going on both days. So if you can't make it Friday, hopefully it'll still be there for you on Saturday. And we also have someone coming in on Friday that does aura photography and does numerology, astrology, oracle readings. We do crystal sound bathing, and then we do crystal healing. And then they're actually coming back on Saturday for just strictly aura photography. And what's really cool about it is they take your picture, they read all your chakras, they kind of tell you, and you get printouts with almost all of these services, and they're only $40 per service. And they're with you for a half an hour, sometimes a little bit even longer. But it is super fun, super cool. They're very, very knowledgeable. They can help you in with whatever questions you have. But I love the fact that you get printouts because, like me, I like to dive a little bit deeper and go, okay, so I was born on this time. I had 9 planets in retrograde. Oh my gosh, no wonder I go crazy when planets go into retrograde. Stuff like that. You actually start finding out like that's what my ism is from. And that's, it's pretty cool because I'm a visual person. So when it's on paper, I get to like dabble a little bit more about myself, and I get to learn more about myself and my emotions and my vibrations and stuff. So they're really awesome. And then Saturday, we also have someone teaching tarot classes. We already got one class in, and this is going to be the second one. But if you missed the first one, that's okay. You can still jump in on the second one and learn more. I think she's going over the major arcana. So we got 2 classes going on Saturday as well. So there's going to be a lot going on this weekend in the shop between readings and classes. It's going to be a good time on top of everything else.
So you have is that Mark and Dawn that's coming up?
Yes.
So,
do you know that?
Well, no, I just threw those names out of the blue. So.
Oh,
yeah, actually, they were gonna speak at Unity Day this past year, but they didn't have their equipment in. Yeah, their equipment wasn't there.
Yeah, no, they're awesome people. I love them. And then Alice, who does our tarot readings on Tuesday, so she was there all day today. She's the one that's teaching the classes on Saturday. So I love those 3 people so much. Mark and Dawn are awesome. And like I said, they're super knowledgeable. And Alice is super knowledgeable too in what she does and with her tarot readings. So, I mean, this weekend's been a good weekend if you want to come in and get a reading if you've never done it before. I've never had a reading done wrong by them. And I've had a lot of readings, and I've had some people where I'm like, you are so far off base. I can't even, like, I don't even know. Yeah, it's, they're good people, and it's going to be a really fun weekend this weekend.
And does Ruth come up and do, Ruth Souther come up and do some readings like that at times?
No, she doesn't. No. Actually, I think she's got a place not too far from where I'm at that she's doing something that I heard, but I'm not positive. So, no, she hasn't come up to do anything at the shop yet.
So, yeah, we had Don was asking about the website, so I think I've got that up there. Now, your website, you don't have items necessarily for sale on your website, do you?
I don't have items for sale on the website. It's more of an informational thing. And I'm not going to lie, I am the worst with social media, so I do apologize. I'm working really hard on that, but between running the salon and the shop and then the services with the Salt Cave and then the band and then farm life, and I have a teenager, sometimes it gets a little bit lost in the social media front. But Facebook is probably the most current, up to date. I usually post new arrivals on my Facebook page on a regular basis. We do have Instagram that I'm trying to get better on with updating as I go. But yeah, we do have a website that just kind of shows you what we're all about and our hours and things like that. But as far as like anything to buy, I haven't quite tapped into that yet because that to me takes extra manpower. So I got to get more manpower in order to be able to fulfill shipping and mailing that out. So, and I don't want to jump in. Huh?
They can give you a call and find out if you have what they're looking for.
Absolutely. We've actually had people that, hey, I just saw you posted this on Facebook, and we'll be like, is it still available? And if it is, they're more than welcome. Like I've had so many people just pay for it right then and there over the phone, and we just put it away. We put their name on it, and then they just come and pick it up whenever they can. If they happen to be living out of town, they're like, hey, I'm not going to be in town for at least a week or so, but I want to pay for it. And we hold it for you. We have no problems. If you see anything that you want online, and hey, do you still have it? I have no problems if you want to pay for it, and we just hold it for you. Yeah, we do that all the time. So
yep,
that works.
So yeah, that's a good way to do it. Anyway, you can get some things figured out there, and they can contact you. And
because stones and crystals are very heavy, so to ship them out, I'm like, I got to get a scale. I got to still figure this all out because I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody involved when it comes to shipping it. So I don't want to jump the gun before I'm ready when it comes to that.
Now, one thing we haven't talked about, and Terry's mentioned it here, so we'll just toss it out there.
Salt Cave.
So tell everybody about your salt
Yeah.
cave.
So I have a Himalayan salt therapy cave. It's wonderful. Basically, there's over 3 tons of salt in the cave. It is man built. There is no natural Himalayan salt caves here. So what we did, my husband and I built it, and we put, there's salt lamps inside the salt cave as well. So you're getting your negative ions. We have it's like a purifier that actually is pumping salt into the air, but it's actually circulating it. So it's not like your typical salt therapy where they put like this cloud of salt in there and you just breathe that in for 45 minutes. It actually is just constantly circulating the salty air. You can't really taste it. So it's not that strong. It's like literally like a 30th, if that, of your salt daily intake. Like that's it. But you go in there, you're in there for 45 minutes. This week it's on special for $10. And if you can't make it in, then just get a gift certificate and it'll be good for 6 months. So you can come in anytime this week. You can get as many sessions as you want. And it'll only be $10 per session, and you can use it at a later date if you can't get in this week. But it's super relaxing, and what it's meant for is anybody that has like pulmonary issues, so lung disorders, COPD, asthma, bronchitis. If you just have a hard time breathing in this Illinois air, like me, I'm literally allergic to Illinois. I'm allergic to corn, soy, all the dust, all the trees, the grass. I'm literally allergic to all my animals. So like our salt room is like a sterile environment. We even have doctors go in there. You go in there barefoot. So I always have everybody take their socks and shoes off because it's also detoxing you, but very gently. So our feet are like gateways to absorbing and releasing toxins. And so it's a really good way to get that direct contact with that salt. And then you start eliminating through your feet where you're starting to sweat, you know what I mean? So it's actually kept really cool in there, about 65 degrees, and it is well below 50% humidity. So those that have a problem breathing because it's so humid in Illinois, the moment you were in there for 5 minutes, you can breathe better than you ever have. It's just that crisp, clean air. And then it gets your blood circulating. So anybody that has any inflammatory issues, fibromyalgia, arthritis, things like that, it can really potentially help with those ailments. I have fibromyalgia and I always feel a million times better after being in there. It's only a 45-minute session and it sounds like a long time, but literally 9 times out of 10, people are like, no, we're not ready. Don't, we're not, we want to stay in longer. Or people are like, can I just bring my sleeping bag in here and just stay in here? And, so we actually have a lot of people like, can I just move in? Like, I'm ready to move in because nobody wants to leave. There's 0 anti-gravity chairs. So that way it takes all that pressure off of all of your trigger points in your hips. So it's really nice. The anti-gravity chairs are really awesome. And then I even provide their massage spheres that are Himalayan salt, and I allow people to take those in there. So if you got neck pain, you can rub it on your neck, rub it on your back, or just even hold it in your hands, because I know a lot of people that work with their hands hurt. And what it is you're absorbing not only through breathing and not only through your feet, the nutrients of Himalayan salt, because it's got all those minerals, and most of us are mineral deficient. It's fact. Most of Americans are mineral deficient. So you're actually absorbing the nutrients and breathing in the nutrients from these minerals. And then with the hands, it directly absorbs into your palms as well. So you already are getting that relief of your mineral intake and the warmth of the spheres, and you're breathing in that cold, cool, salt air. It's just a really pleasant experience. If you've never done it, it's perfect to relax too. So some people that are having a really bad day at work, they're like, hey, I need in just to relax. So it's a good mental and physical detox, which your mental is about, from another doctor that I've learned, is like 80% of your physical ailments. So when you get that mental in check, then your physical can start, leveling out. So that's kind of what we're there for, is to kind of help everybody feel good inside and out, mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically, however you want to take it is what we're there for. But that salt cave is awesome. So
And if you can go to her website, and she has a 360 tour that
I do.
it takes you right into the salt cave.
It's like a virtual tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it's funny
you
because
can wander in there and all.
huh?
And you can wander right in the salt cave and
Oh,
see what's
totally. Yeah,
going
you could
on.
totally get a vibe of that salt cave all you want. Yeah, I love when they came in and did that, because it was just that way you can actually see for yourself the kind of space it is. Because whenever we open the doors, people are like, "Whoa, this was here," and I'm like, "Yeah." So I love it, and it's kind of like it's kind of like Springfield's hidden little gem, that not too many people really know about, but enough people know about it, and word is still getting out there that we have it. but it's perfect if you just need to relax and get away. I tell people it'll be the best nap you ever take. We have to wake a lot of people up because when you can breathe, like a lot of people have sinus issues from allergies, and we're in Illinois, so a lot of people don't get a chance to breathe very well. So when you can breathe well and your blood is circulating finally for a change, and you can actually rest and relax, I don't allow anything in there. So no food, no drinks, no electronics, no cell phones. I recommend people getting off social media. I recommend, it's recommended you get off of everything that is stimulating for 45 minutes a day. So that's why, it's a 45-minute session in that salt cave, no distractions. And then we have this tranquil music playing in the background too. So it's wonderful.
Lori asked, "Nope, I have not tried it. I have not, haven't been up there." My problem is sometimes when I sit down, it's like I don't read, and the reason I don't read is my mind starts thinking about all the things I should be doing. So if I went up there and sat up there for 45 minutes, I would probably
You would be sitting there stewing for 45 minutes.
So yeah, I'd probably be like, okay, I need to get out and do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. So
oh my gosh. So everybody's like, oh, Brandy, you've got to be in there all the time. I'm like, I own the place and I am too busy to actually utilize my own space. Like, I kid you not, I am too busy. So I don't get a chance to do anything. Like, my girls that work for me get more chances to go in there because I told them, I said, don't be like me. I'm like, go take care of yourself, go in that room. That's what it's here for. Go take a breather, And so I have some, friends and people that work there that they'll definitely jump on it and be like, yeah, I'm going to go take 10, like go in there and take 10, it helps with headaches. It helps with all kinds of things.
You mentioned that you're too busy to do it. I tell people the same thing. I've really never, as far as I'm concerned, investigated Ashmore Estates since I've owned it. Because I just don't have time. Exactly. It's like you go out there and you're working on stuff. It's like, I don't have time to investigate. I'm too busy with doing everything else.
I'm too busy answering the phone. Not really. I don't really answer the phones too much anymore, but answering questions or talking to customers or talking to clients. And usually when I'm supposed to have a downtime, I'm usually working on inventory. I'm working on, I'm always working on something. So I don't really ever have downtime at work, which is a good problem to have. But I don't ever get any downtime at work. And then when I'm not at work, I'm like, nope, I got to shut it off. I got to step away and I have to stay home and stay in home frame of mind, which is really hard for me to do. I'm always thinking about work. So where we're located, we are located in Springfield, Illinois at 1313 Adlai Stevenson Drive. So we're right next to Johnson Johnson Auto Body. We're next to Lake Town Tavern, and we're right across the street from Bunn, the factory. Close to Quick and Easy. We're a couple blocks away from Quick and Easy.
Yeah. So if you're out of town, you come in 55 just to Stevenson Drive, take business 55 to Stevenson Drive. Yep. Basically, you're going to turn right there when you get in town or head east, and she's right.
And then we'll be on left. So, yeah, we're a big red building, and we have all this beautiful artwork painted all on the outside of the building, and yeah, that's where we're located.
Yeah, so. Don said he's in New Lenox. I'm not sure where that
Where's
is.
New Lenox?
I'm not sure where. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not sure where it is. But
we've had people travel, 200 miles just to come hang out. So I love it. We get a lot of travelers, a lot of people from the north, even like by Chicago, St. Louis area. We have a lot of people that travel to.
Yeah, he's up by Joliet, he said. So bring your wife down, enjoy the salt cave.
We've been getting a lot of Chicago, Joliet, Park Forest area. Like, we've been getting a lot of people from there lately. It's been so much fun seeing everybody and meeting people. It's been great. You should come down and check it out.
Yeah, he was going to head out about 10 minutes ago. He said his wife was tapping her foot. Dinner was ready, but bring her down. I'm sure she could probably find something in there.
Yeah, we got a lot of people coming from Chicago because, like I said earlier, we're really reasonably priced, and we have. I like to glow. We have a really good energy in our shop. I try to keep it as pure and as as good vibe as possible. So a lot of people just really like to travel from Chicago area. They do. They love it. She has. Oh yeah, she would love the cave just to sit down and relax. Totally, you should bring her sometime. You guys should make a trip for sure. So
he said now she's interested. So.
Now she's interested. She would love it. I'm sure if you go to my Facebook page, there's a picture somewhere. I'll try to find it, and I'll repost a picture of our salt cave. Maybe tomorrow
on your tour. I mean, that's what I was on the.
But yeah. If you go to our website, you get that. I keep forgetting that 360 tour. Yeah. No, you go to our webpage, it's there.
Yeah, you can see it without any
And I
problem.
just posted a video of it too that shows you walking. Yeah, it shows me walking inside. So
Yep. Yeah, you were with
yeah.
somebody else there going inside of it. I remember seeing that one
Oh
too.
man, yeah. If I just stand there, whenever I love showing off the cave to people because that's literally my 5 minutes that I get in the cave every time. So whenever anybody comes in, I'm like, so have you seen our cave yet? You want to go step inside real quick? And then that's like my 5 minutes of okay, so this is our cave, and then I get to breathe it all in, So
And
that's
it's
my
kinda off the side of the shop and the
it is.
salon and everything, so it's
Yeah,
kinda
it's literally its
hidden over there.
own ecosystem. So I keep it separate for a reason. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like it to get tainted by anything. And no, it's kept over there for a reason, kept separate. So
Now you have a lot of other stuff in your shop besides just stones that you sell as
we
far as
do.
with the metaphysical type world.
Yeah, we actually sell like I said, we're really big with local artisans in Springfield. We have someone that makes tumblers and keychains, and then like I said, I have people that make jewelry by hand, wire wrapping, crowns, masks. I have someone that she does the chain the chainmail jewelry, which is beautiful. And then I have someone that makes soaps for me. So we have local goat soap product there as well. So we have body and bath products there. And then I'm really big in kind of like herbology. So like we have all these herbs that are great for tinctures or teas or ritual purposes if that's what you're into. But there's so many uses for just one herb. We even sell a ton of CBD products. I'm a firm believer in cannabis. It has so many healing agents to it that a lot of people just don't understand. So I've always been an advocate of cannabis. I sell a ton of hemp products and gummies and things like that that are honestly have been life saving in my opinion. Cause like I was on, I can't tell you how many pills. I was bedridden. It was awful. And then finally I just weaned myself off of all of it. And I do everything holistic and natural as much as possible. Even when I had, we just kind of offer, we always tell people, hey, we're not doctors. Go to your doctor. Clearly go to your doctor first. Like make sure, before you do anything, make sure you do your research. I'm not a doctor, but we do offer alternative holistic ways of dealing with stuff. So like for me, when I had that double lung pneumonia, I had bacterial pneumonia a month and a half ago. And I actually tackled it with herbs and oils and salt. So I did salt therapy with the lungs. The salt kills everything on contact and it cleans out your lungs like a toothbrush. And then I was smoking herbs, mullein and coltsfoot. It's amazing because that was actually used for tuberculosis and bronchitis and actual allergies. It was like almost breathing an inhaler, but it was herbs. And then I did oils that I again got from a really good doctor in town that he gave me the concoction of rosemary, thyme, sage, and eucalyptus. And you put 20 drops of each in a gallon of water and you breathe that in until you just can't take it anymore. You discard that and then do it again later. So I was literally doing this regimen of oils, smoking, and salt like 4 times a day. And I was pretty much good as new within a week as far as lung function went, which was the fastest I have ever recovered from pneumonia. And I get pneumonia every year. So we offer a lot of holistic alternatives to, I have salt inhalers. So it's awesome. She's a holistic. Oh my gosh, did we just become best friends? I need to meet you. I need to meet your wife because I just joined. Sidebar. I'm going to talk to Dawn. Dawn, we're talking for a second. So I just joined this holistic goat care page. I treated my goat Toby because he was a sick goat. He got that partial transference from his mama. So like I said, he almost died. And I was going to the vet every single week. And I'm like, man, I can't do this every single week. And they're like, well, you have to. And I'm like, well, he's running a fever. What do I do? Well, you got to bring him in. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, we go to the week. Every week we're there. And she's like, well, there's nothing you can do over the counter. And I said, I beg to differ. So I started dabbling into my herbs. And I'm like, all right, there's got to be something. So I started giving him yarrow and echinacea. And his fever dropped 2 degrees within an hour. And I'm like, you can't tell me that there's nothing natural I can do for my goat when they eat weeds, trees, all this other stuff. So that's awesome that she's a holistic vet. That's brilliant. I love it. It works. It worked completely and he's still alive and he's doing great. So I actually try to tackle things. I even give my goat CBD. So he gets to
No
he's
wonder he's getting high on the ropes. So,
that's the wrong components. But yeah, no. Um, and yeah, it's actually good for them. It's really, really good for them. So yeah, and you're not wrong. Yeah, rosemary is. Yeah. So there's so many benefits to all these things. So we carry oils as well. And we carry all kinds of different things. So yeah, we carry so much more than just pretty little stones and crystals. We have artists that drop off artwork there from time to time. I have someone that does drums, so he drops off drums every once in a while. So you really never know what we're going to have in our shop. And I love antiques. So it's kind of like, I like finding odds and ends, and it's just fun. So we got some clothes. Like I'm really big into comfy Bajas. So we have some of that kind of stuff. And echinacea is very, very good for your health on so many levels. Yeah, it's definitely for sure. Um, but yeah, we do carry a lot. It's kind of hard to pigeonhole the shop in one way, because I mean, we're a little bit of everything. We even have plants in there and decorations. So it's kind of like, whatever's good for the vibe, the soul, the brain, we got you. Your body, we got you. So
and the one
yeah,
thing
we
we've
kind of
never
cover
even mentioned,
everything.
the one
Huh?
thing we never mentioned is what the shop was there, what you do with the shop. I mean, the salon.
I mean, it is a lot. Yeah, and I do hair. So yeah, it's a salon, and the salon actually carried a lot of it for the longest time, because I love making people feel beautiful. And again, it goes with how you feel goes into how your body reacts and responds. So, I love doing hair, and I do a lot of bright, bright rainbow hair. I do a lot of, natural hair too, which I love. I love every type of hair. I have fun doing everything, even if it's just basic black or brown or blonde or whatever. I love doing it all because I get to have that connection with my clients. So yeah, we do have a salon, and we do even do ionic foot detoxing as well, which is using these magnetic pulses of negative and positive ions to balance out your body. So a lot of us are way too acidic, way too acidic, which when you're overly acidic, that causes fibromyalgia, depression. It causes all kinds of problems with your body. And it can cause tumors and abnormal cells when we're too acidic. So this machine is really brilliant, because what it does is it kind of it pulls that acidity out of you to make you more alkaline based. And, but it does it gently. It's not aggressive. It's actually really nice. I love doing it. I always feel a million times better. And then the best combo is doing that foot detox. And then right after your foot detox, you go in and you do the salt therapy right after it, because it does pull out all the bad stuff and all the toxins and the metals, because we eat and breathe in so many metals. It does pull all of that out. But when you go back into the cave, it's kind of replenishing all your minerals, and it's kind of like doing this whole like yin yang. It's all about your balance, right? So I love doing back to back the ionic foot detox, where it pulls all the gunk out, and then I love going into the salt cave right after, to get that replenishing of your minerals, and then you get to rest and relax for 45 minutes after you just had a foot detox for a half an hour. It's a great combo. So yeah, it's fun. I love it. But yeah, we offer a lot. So I just wanted to tackle body, mind, and soul in one hub, you know?
Yeah, so you guys have to make sure you check out Brandy's website, because she has so much stuff there that kind of gives you an idea
Mm-hmm.
exactly what she
We
has
do.
going. I'll throw it back up there again for you, so you can remember to check it out. It's pretty simple. UniqueEnchantments.com,
Yeah.
and she has a lot of their services listed on there and everything she's got going on. And check out the 360 tour of the shop. That'll kind of give you an idea. You can
Yes,
walk
please
right through the
do.
shop. You can walk
And it's
back into
funny because
the
actually,
salon.
yeah, and it's funny because like actually the shop doesn't even look like that anymore. I rearranged this shop, I swear, like every other month. And I swear as soon as Google came, I'm like, I need to rearrange this. And I just flipped everything around. So, it does. The salt cave hasn't changed. That still is what it is. But yeah, the rest of the shop, we always love to change it up. You literally don't know what you're going to find when you come into my store. You really don't. It's just, we're constantly changing it up. So
I'll
yeah.
see if I can. Let me see if I can do something here real quick. This is gonna look really crazy, but we'll see if it works.
Well, I see what you're going to do.
So
Yeah, there's
there's
my
the
cave,
salt
you
cave.
guys. Isn't it
It looks
beautiful?
much better on our website than it does
Yeah.
on my camera here, but kind of gives you an idea of what
You
it
get
looks
the
like
gist,
anyway.
though. You get the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can check it out and see what's going
Mhm.
on in there. But yep, that's where she's at inside the
Yep.
cave. So
That's it.
don't mind my
Yeah.
office as I put the camera back up here. So kind of gives you an idea of where she's at with everything. But
Yeah. That's it.
so hours this weekend, 10 to 6, 7,
10 to
Friday
7,
and
Friday and
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
And you're
Yep.
closed
So we're
Sundays then,
open
aren't
all
you?
weekend. Yeah, we're closed
Oh,
on
you
Sundays. That's
okay.
other than holidays, we're open pretty much every single day. So I think tomorrow, I don't even remember what I'm open up tomorrow. Tomorrow we should be open at least until 5 at least. I don't think we're going to stay open till 7 though tomorrow, but that'll depend on Tara. She's working tomorrow, so if she feels like staying till 7, I'll let her stay till 7. If she wants to go home early for the family and start celebrating Thanksgiving, I'm really big on family first, so it'll depend on that. I'm really big on family. Always comes first no matter what. So, and then we're closed Thursday obviously. So
Yep. Well, Terry, if you're still on there, if you're going to stop off at Brandy's, let me know. I'll meet you up there. We'll have lunch someplace, and I'll stop
you're
in
gonna
and
have to
see
let me
Brandy.
know because I wasn't planning on coming in Friday. So if you let me know,
Oh,
then
see how you are.
yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. So you'll have to let me know.
Yeah, well, Terry's going to be at Ashmore Estates that night because there's a group coming out there. She'll be out there with
See,
them. So,
and as long as I've known you, and I know as long as you've owned the Ashmore, I haven't even been able to investigate
right.
Ashmore yet.
Yep.
We need to make that happen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love investigating. I miss investigating a lot, but I have so much spooky stuff happen all on its own. I feel like I'm constantly investigating almost every day. So that's my life.
Well, and Brandy actually started a small shop she had here in the theater. She had a
I
room off to
did.
the side here, and yep. So she hung out in the theater for a few months and everything until
Oh, I loved it. It
so
was
yep.
wonderful. It was like almost a year and a half ish, almost, not quite. Timing was everything, And but no, I remember having some fun times there and definitely hearing some stuff. And in my shop, I'm not gonna lie, there's some things that happen in my shop. We have a few wandering, friends that linger around and like to mess with everybody and talk every once in a while. So we've got some friends that hang out in the shop as well. And fun fact, my next location, because I'm opening up a second location.
I saw
My
that.
next, yeah, I don't want to reveal exactly where it's at just yet because I'm waiting for the turn. I'm waiting for the where it's keys in hand. Before I say anything. But fun little fact though, it's the exact same address almost as yours,
Oh,
except
really? Huh.
instead of Fifth, it's Maine, but it's the same exact address as yours. So I took
Huh.
it as that's a sign. Like it was
Yep.
perfect. Yeah.
Exactly. So, well, that's
So
cool. But
it's one chin south. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's so funny.
same
Small
address
world.
and everything. Yeah.
Small,
Exactly.
a small world. Just not on Fifth. It's on Maine. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'll reveal. I'm hoping to be able to reveal my second location. I'm hoping next month I can reveal it here in just like a week and a half or so, just soon. And the reason I brought it up is because, or did a second location, is because I really genuinely like sharing knowledge, and I want people to have access to certain things that they don't have access to. And I'm really big about education, and I'm really big about trying to help as many people as possible. So, and this is kind of like my hometown as well. So I wanted to offer what I offer to Springfield to my hometown peers, and it'll be fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. It sounds
So
like it'll be fun.
I'm excited. So
So, well, I really appreciate you joining me tonight. Sorry, Mike couldn't make it. Maybe he needs to make a 4-hour drive up there and go sit in
I,
the salt cave
I
for a
think
while.
he should. It sounds like he just needs to hang out in the salt cave for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure. Just taking a long nap, and yeah, for sure.
but yeah, so Terry said she's coming up Friday. So you have to let me know, Terry, and I'll meet you someplace up that way, and we'll check things out. And again, of course, Terry's been there before, so
Yeah, she has. I love it
yeah,
when
I'll
she comes
catch up
in.
with you up there.
And if I don't see you, I'll be sad I missed you guys on Friday. So, but I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah.
So I got family stuff happening.
There
So
you go. That
yeah,
happens.
it
So
happens. Yeah.
again, well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for
Thank you for
educating me
calling
on
me.
stones. I won't even call them rocks.
And we didn't really get
So,
too much into it, but yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. Your rocks.
I
Rocks are
will.
good for you. In every way, rocks are good for you.
So okay, well, have a good evening. And thanks
You
again for
too.
coming on. You
Thank you
take
so
care.
much. Bye, everybody.
Night, Brandy.
Good night.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, like I said, I won't be calling her those things, but I did. I'll call them stones, and so yeah, it was great listening and talking to Brandy, and a lot of fun. So, thanks for joining us tonight, and we appreciate it. Hopefully, Mike will be back with us next week. I hope, and then we'll get things rolling again. Next week we got Jessica Potter. I've talked to Jessica. Jessica's a psychic medium, and it's going to be an interesting show because I've already told her that I want to talk about some things that are a little different and a little off topic. So, but yeah, we will talk to Jessica next week. So, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate everybody coming in, the comments and the questions. So, have a good evening. We will see you next Tuesday.
My name is Mike, and I'm the founder of the Lost Limbs Foundation. The Lost Limbs Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides assistance to amputee children in need of prosthetics. I started the charity after my own struggles after my leg being amputated just above the knee. Prosthetics cost thousands of dollars, and the average lifespan is 5 to 7 years on a prosthetic. Kids are constantly growing, so they'll go through multiple prosthetics throughout their life. This is the prosthetic leg that I use, and the cost was about $70,000. The Rhodes Hotel is in Atlanta, Indiana, and is owned and operated by the Lost Limbs Foundation. We are currently doing photo shoots, ghost hunts, and special events to help raise money for the charity. For more information, you can go to lostlimbsfoundation.org. With your help, we can help these kids one step at a time.